I'm Justina and welcome to my channel. Today I'd like to share with you a product that is not new, but new to me, and that's Annie Sloan chalk paint. Some of you may be familiar with this paint, but I've found that many of my friends and family members are not familiar with this wonderful product. It comes in a very small container, but a little goes a long way. And the best part about this paint is you can apply it to essentially any surface, and there's no sanding or prepping of the surface required. So I picked this up at a local store near me called the Stylish Patina, and they do wonderful furniture restoration, and many of their projects are done with chalk paint. They are a carrier of Annie Sloan's line, and after going to their showroom a few weekends ago, I was inspired to give it a try. I decided to tackle a project that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and that is painting my kitchen cabinets. So I've documented the process of using chalk paint to refurbish my kitchen cabinets, and I just wanted to share that process with you. This is my living room, which I absolutely love. My husband did a lot of wonderful work in here, but this is my kitchen, and really needs a redo. The particle board cabinets were covered with this vinyl, which was pretty much impossible to keep clean, and in the past 6 years it started to chip and to peel, and so one day I just got really annoyed and started ripping. And most of the cabinets, it was quite easy to rip the vinyl off. The particle board underneath the vinyl was actually in very good shape. Some of the cabinets were different than others, so I wasn't able to pull all of the vinyl off of the particle board, but for those that I did, the surfaces were very smooth and looked quite nice. Because the surfaces were different, I thought that chalk paint would be a good option here instead of regular latex, because I wouldn't have to do anything special to the vinyl or to the particle board. I could just get started and paint. Perhaps against my better judgment, I did splurge in buying this brush. I figured if I was going to be saving money chalk painting the cabinets, I should apply it with the proper brush, and more on that in a little bit. The chalk paint went on so easily. It was a very smooth application, and you don't have to be very precise with your strokes or with the brush. You kind of just slap it on. You get a nice even coverage and a very smooth, pretty look. Obviously, you want to take off your hardware before painting, and in some situations you might actually want to take off the cabinets as well. But as you can see, after one coat of paint, very even application. 2 coats is even better, and no streaks or drips or anything like that. The chalk paint is wonderful to work with and dries so quickly. I would say that between each application it only took 15 minutes for the paint to dry. Here's something that was really annoying. After 2 coats of the white on the upper cabinets, the $50 brush started to shed all over the paint. These long, thick bristles, and I found that to be incredibly disappointing and annoying. So here we are after 3 coats of paint, and that's all it took to get this really nice look. The chalk paint has a very matte finish, which I personally love, but it does need to be sealed with either a wax or a polyurethane or polyacrylic. Moving down to the lower cabinets, I chose to paint them a slightly darker color because I find that keeping lower cabinets clean when they are white is a constant battle. So here you can see I'm painting over the vinyl now instead of the particle board, and again, very easy application, even, quick, and a little paint goes a long way. So here are the lower cabinets after 2 coats of Annie Sloan chalk paint in Paris Gray.
As I mentioned earlier, it is imperative that you seal your kitchen cabinets and even furniture when using chalk paint. Usually you use a wax that is buffed on after the paint is dried, but because these are kitchen cabinets, I want to be able to get them wet, soap and water, clean them down with a sponge. So I went with a polyurethane, which is an oil-based varnish, for lack of a better word, and it's a very easy application using a cheap flat brush and just very slowly working the product into the cabinets. The polyurethane has a milky, somewhat runny consistency, so it's important just to use a little bit of the product at a time, work it in, and like with the chalk paint, a little goes a long way. So here is the final result, and I'm really pleased with the outcome. I did one coat of polyurethane over the chalk paint, and I did do some touch-ups, but it really gave a nice finish. I used a gloss so it could be easily wiped clean, and it definitely sealed the chalk paint onto and into the particle board cabinet. Everything looks very uniform, very nice, and just an updated look. We used the same drawer pulls and handles that we had installed a couple of years ago in a brushed nickel. I think it looks really nice, especially against the Paris gray chalk paint. So for the reasonable amount of time and money involved in this project, I absolutely would recommend giving chalk paint a try.
If you like this video and would like to see more, please hit subscribe or a like this. And of course, all of the products that I'm using will be linked down in the description box. So thanks for watching.